June is going to be wild, but this is what Kirby Smart does best, right? Welcome to our Georgia coverage featuring, of course, Palmer Thombs from Dogs 247 Sports. So we encourage you to head on over there, of course, this being big recruiting season, even bigger than it usually is, to head on over to 247 Sports. Palmer, how are we doing today?
Doing well, enjoying a nice, relaxing Memorial Day weekend before the craziness of June starts up next Tuesday.
So I saw a figure the other day, and I'm not going to try to remember the specific numbers, but basically only 10 to 15% of the players that are typically committed at this point are committed for good reason. They haven't been able to get on campus. So what that tells us is that you got like 85% of the players to 90% of the players that usually would be already committed, certainly would be still recruited and could flip or whatever. But that much more activity is going to go on once we hit that first weekend of June. All those visits ensue. And of course, you know that I talk to guys like you all over the country. The same deal's going on at all the major schools across the country. And then you would think late June to early July, we're just going to get commits flooding in constantly by the day. Do you get a feel for the timing of what that could look like?
Yeah, like you said, I think it's late June, early July. I think a lot of these teams are trying to get in there early and get these kids to see these campuses, in these first couple weeks of June, just so that, they can have their minds made up. A lot of these kids, do want to make a decision before their senior year so that they can focus on, high school football, finishing up their senior, their high school experience. So I think, like you said, late June, early July, you're going to see a lot of these commits roll in and throughout the month of July as well. So this June recruiting period, like you said, crazier than ever has been before. But because of the, circumstances of COVID, these kids haven't been on campuses since, first weekend in March of 2020. So that's 15 months now. It's the longest that these kids have ever gone without being on these campuses, without interacting with these coaches face to face. And so, and like you said, this is what Kirby Smart does best. For better or worse, he's one of the best recruits in the country, or best recruiters in the country. And he's looking forward to bringing in some of those best recruits in the country to see Athens, Georgia over the next couple of weeks.